While playing as Survivor, there are many side objectives that you can interact with. From totems to glyphs, there's a lot of additional items that you can interact with besides the main objective. But with today's builds, I've found a way to turn one of these items against the survivors. In today's video, watch as I make chests into a useful infill tool on these killers and made it impossible to hide from me. So, I hope you enjoy. Alright, so we have Vecna on the Trickster's Delusion. We are, of course, as mentioned in the intro, running a chest build, that being Human Greed and Hoarder. This essentially means that we're just spawning in a ton of pallets. I have no idea why they didn't both run in. That makes me look like an idiot, but essentially the build is as the follows. We can see people's auras when near chests, and because we can see people's auras near chests, we're pairing that up with Vecna's add-on that allows us to see people's auras whenever they are near our treasure chests. Hoarder also giving us value here. Someone actually touched my chest. Oh, they pulled one out of a treasure chest. You obviously can see Sable here, running us through here. Let's go ahead and dispel her so she has no exhaustion perks to use. Gonna go ahead and rotate back. That's gonna force her to move out of this loop, and as a result, nowhere for her to run. Go ahead and drag her out from under. Jane, a little bit too slow. I can respect the effort though. And that obviously now makes it pretty easy for us to select our next target. Went this way to protect the pallet, but she opts not to go for it. Instead, she's just gonna run in this direction. I'm gonna launch that at the window, and she doesn't even crouch it. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's a easy quick down for me. And well, we can see the Atom obviously in here working on the gen, so let's go ahead and stop that. Go ahead and vault the window right behind him. Will he drop it? He will not. So he will vault. And that will be the quick easy hit on him. I'm gonna follow him. No reason not to, and instead I'm gonna position myself here. There we go. The quick swing of the mouse. And that is now going to put us in a position of great power, as we're going to have everyone on one hook, and only one gen has been completed. Now, obviously, Trickster's Delusion is a bit of a weird map because of the position of the chests, but they actually kind of pay out in my favor, as most of them are in areas in which the survivors want to loot. We go ahead and get the hit there on the Jane, and well, that puts Jane in no man's land. Absolutely nothing she can do, as that will be the quick 1-2. And yeah, now we're in an even better position, as we can see someone's aura there, thanks to Human Greed. Go ahead and send out our orb. It is the V. What we'll do, I thought I got in front of her. We will go ahead, tap the V. She's running into a wall. And, well, she makes that the easy 1-2 as well. Not able to use the hand. And that will be another down. We can hear the generator over here being progressed. Gonna come over here. We can see Hoarder once again proccing in this direction, as we actually see their auras thanks to our add-on. I'm gonna go ahead and say hi to our friends here, as I'm gonna go ahead and chase the Sable. Being able to utilize our add-on to maximum efficiency here as they get the unhook there. Gonna go ahead and launch the skeletons. And that leaves her in a lose-lose situation as we're able to grab her. Another survivor save, but this time you don't get the full heal off this time, do you, Jill? Called her Jill. This is Jane. I'm talking about the wrong person. Doesn't matter. She's dead either way. Let's go ahead and bring her on over to the hook. She's not wiggling that much, so clearly she doesn't want to be in this game any longer. Hoarder once again proccing. Let's use our ability. We can see someone's over here, unable to hide, thanks to our very nice perk. Is that will be the end of V as we can Mori her. And that now leaves the survivors, and that just means Sable and Adam, in a, well, quite frankly, terrible position. Not a lot that they can do now. We can see Sable across the map. Not quite sure where Adam is. Oh, there he is. He's in the corner. Let's go ahead and find our good friend. We can obviously see his aura, so know he's running in this direction. So, there we go. Absolutely no way he expected us to know, but human greed working to our favor once again. And now, we're gonna go ahead and use this here. Let's see. Have a look around the map. I don't see Sable anywhere, so she wasn't near one of the chests. Let's use our ability here. Still nothing. Ooh, but human greed. Revealing the Sable once more. She will throw that pallet. I'll use flight to just keep chase. Now, obviously, I did use my hand to lift up that pallet to try and get a sense of where she was. Not that it matters too much, as the elevation will kill her, and that is this. There we go. Using our abilities to perfection. Getting the free aura read off of the survivors thanks to the chest, as well as the add-on. Coming in very nice a few times there. But yeah, let's get on to our second killer for today. Alright, round 2. And we are on the Fallen Refuge with the Singularity. So, Singularity has a very nice eerie add-on, that being the Iridescent Crystal Shard. And essentially, every time I shoot a biopod, if any survivor is in 10 meters of the chosen location, I will go ahead and see their aura for free. Just a nice way to kind of keep up the pace, as we're going to go ahead and tag James there too. And what we're doing is we're pairing up the chest's perks with, of course, lethal once again, but we're running nowhere to hide. That way, we're able to see people's auras, not leave it up to their imagination, and get to them a lot quicker. Gonna see James here. He's gonna chuck that pallet. Not quite sure why you do that. I'll go ahead and TP onto you, though. And, well, since I'm fast, that's gonna mean absolutely nothing for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my biopod there, as we're gonna be able to, of course, chase Hanako here. And, well, I don't mind breaking this pallet here. They do finish a gen, which is fine by me. We do have 2 hooks, and they're spreading the biopods as well for me. What we can do, though, is obviously make our way on over, and, well, obviously nowhere for him to run. It makes it pretty easy for us to just keep up the pressure, as, yeah, he has live. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport onto him. He will, of course, vault that window. He's gonna run. Gonna go ahead and just teleport right behind him. Very nice. Long run reaches him. And nowhere for him to run, as that will make a quick and easy down, as that will be our third hook for the game. And as we can see there, they're spreading the infection for me, as, well, I can't see them on my camera, unfortunately. Gonna go ahead and start setting up some biopods now, as, oh, we see a David. Gonna go ahead and break this. And this. Thankfully, not really having to deal with the double pallet setups, thanks to my fast break speed. Now, say David has nowhere to run, so we can keep just chasing him here. James is going to come in with an EMP, but it's not going to matter, because we're right behind the David. And now there's nowhere for the David to run. That'll make it 4 downs already, with David now on the clock. Can't really set up a camera for that generator, so I think I'll just choose to let them do whatever they wish with it. And I'll let them reset. I might as well be nice for a little bit. What I won't do, though, is allow them to have the generators over here. As we pop nowhere to hide. And we use it to, of course, see our friends. Allowing us to immediately know where Quante Young is as he dips into the basement. Not quite sure what Quante Young's doing. Not sure at all. I'll take the down, though. It's a free down. And, even better, a free basement hook for me. Gonna go ahead and get James reconnected to the slipstream, although he will be able to immediately get rid of it. We go ahead though and use that. Nowhere for him to run. They do get a generator all the way over on the other side of the map, and we can use our teleport to hop right onto Jason. Why am I calling him Jason? That's James. Not Jason. But we're gonna go ahead and get Quante Young reapplied with the slipstream. James is obviously now also in a situation of bother, as they really are starting to be left with no options, as we once again find the new survivor, Hinako. I say we chase Hinako here. I have no reason not to, as we make it pretty damn quick. Quante Young tries to get the pallet save, but it's not going to pay out in his favor. And that will mean that if I follow his scratch marks, I'm going to be able to get myself a pretty nice down. There we go. Nowhere for him to run, in the middle of nowhere. And that is unfortunately going to be the end of Mr. Quante. Now, the chased aura showing us the David. I thought his sprint burst would run out. I go ahead though, and we have the anti-camp unfortunately still. Anti-camp will now be gone, which allows us to, of course, speed up. Able to keep right behind him, thanks to our fast vault. What I will do though is obviously use this as time to apply slipstream to Hinako, and once again head right on to David, who I believe he wants to give up. So I'll give him what he wants. Let's go ahead and activate Nowhere to Hide on this here. Not exactly revealing anyone's positions, although we can immediately hit Hinako. Thought she would go ahead and try and throw the pallet immediately. Nice play though. What I will do is I will of course go ahead and slipstream once again. That's going to leave us in a really great position as well. She of course wants to go ahead and use that window, which I'm not going to be able to use against her. What I can do though is apply that to our friend James. And once again, doing what we did to the Quante. As that isn't going to be able to save you. Use Nowhere to Hide. So we're going to walk on over here and is going to reveal the James to us, and that is going to be the game. Once again, Singularity's aura reading coming in nice and handy. Managing to get value out of quite literally every aura reveal we had this game. And yeah, very, very nice.
Possibly painless. Please. It is all over.
There we go. The 4K on Mr. Singularity. Not allowing them any space to breathe whatsoever, as we just kept them suffocated with our immense aura reading. But yeah, let's get on to our final killer for today. Alright, we are armed with the fun one, obviously being Springtrap. So originally I was going to do Sadako with her iridescent add-on, but it was being a bit of an annoyance to try and get good footage. So instead, we're going to be using old William Afton here to go ahead and use his blue add-on, that being the purple guy drawing. We're pairing it up with, obviously, the build, and we're using Zanshin and Lethal as our additional 2 perks. Nothing super interesting, but it should get the job done, nonetheless. But yeah, we are gonna try and find some survivors. Obviously, Springtrap is not got great usage out of finding people with obviously his doors, but they are just pretty useful for obviously getting around the map and whatnot, as well as giving us undetectable, which allows me to do stuff like that. Not exactly leaving him anywhere to run. He does have Boil Over. He did heal Lara. I suppose good job to him for that. And obviously, the chest aura is showing that we have a Hinako on the generator. Don't really care that much about our good friend Lara Croft. However, they are going to complete the gen. I'm gonna go ahead and pretend I didn't see her. Ooh, a nice dodge. Not exactly gonna give you anywhere to run. Fine by me. Obviously, Zanshin tactics. Not leaving too much to the imagination. As the chest aura. Whoa, show Renato. So let's just go ahead and keep the chase up. Gonna go ahead and curve around here. Plant the axe in his back there. He overextended there a bit, so I get that pallet for relatively free. And what I'll do is I'll reclaim my axe here. And I'll immediately down Lara once again. They are in a world of hurt, as I'm able to get Hinako as well. Let's see, can I... Ooh, maybe I can get Renato here too. No, he's too smart for me. Let's go ahead and reacquaint our friends with some hooking. They are going to try and get Hinako up, which they aren't going to be able to do. I'm going to go ahead and take Hinako though. I'll let them get their time to reset. I might as well be nice. After all, I am the fun one for a reason. I'll let them have their reset period, just so that I'm not being too much of a mean person. And that way I can actually get some proper footage, showcasing how strong truly this is on Springtrap, obviously. Once I think I've had enough time away, I think that will be the time that I end up returning. Obviously, if this is a real game, I would be pressuring them consistently. But I have to be nice. After all, what's the point in not being nice? Well, we get Hinako there, and, well, this isn't looking good for you. Not exactly having anywhere to run. Oh, you have decisive. Nice job, Hinako. A bit too high up to get that orbital there. What she will do, though, she will come over to Shack. And that will be pretty easy to follow up on her. And now... Well, I don't think these guys are actually taking this game serious. Well, it does actually seem like Renato's gonna try and Sabo, but it's not gonna work. Just not making it in time, as, well, it's gonna be the end for him with this life. Obviously heard Jake inside of Maine, so it makes sense that he's getting the rescue. And what we'll do is we'll donder on over. You can hear Jake. Not aiming in the right location. Can do though is keep chasing him around here. Well, he's doing that. His plan is to get his perks to proc to make it so that he's impossible to hook. And they'll get that, especially if he disables that hook. Just barely doesn't reach him, unfortunately. These guys have a plan. I'll give him that. Not quite sure how their plan works out, though. Just go ahead and bring him on over here, making sure that he has nowhere left to run. They did finish main, so that's not great, but we do have 7 hooks, and everyone is still injured. Now, obviously, we can hear Jake going back up to his spot. I'm not entirely interested. Hinako playing it safe, though. As well... Ooh, you did have Dead Hard. As she will go ahead and make it out. As, I thought I would get him there. They are now down to 1 gen, so maybe my hubris is gonna pay back here. As maybe this is their opportunity to get back into the game. It's not gonna matter though. We will officially 8-hook everyone. And now, we truly are down to just picking our survivors off whenever we can. Oh, so near. We're obviously are going to get Lara Croft here. And he is staying here. Go ahead and chuck that. Oh, nearly. We can see that he's running away, thanks to the aura we gain from the chest. And that, well, that pretty much does confirm that I can go ahead and just pick her on up, and that will be the death of Lara Croft. They go ahead and get that. I don't think he reaches this in time to stop me. Jake will. This is annoying. They're trying to slug me out here. Not exactly the greatest of plans. We're able to get him. And, well, if they want to be slugged out on the floor, I'll let them be slugged out on the floor. As we're gonna get her. And they do pick up, or no, Jake has... I don't remember the perk's name. He has the perk that lets him pick himself up. I'm sure I'll remember it in a couple of minutes. I don't exactly know what their whole plan is now. What I do know is that this is impossible for Jake to get to in order to stop it. And because of that, it's not exactly a great position to be in. Let's teleport on over to this door here. I had a feeling that this gen was about to be done. And I'll make sure that it doesn't get done. Go ahead and kick that there. He picks up Lara, which I can have in full knowledge is on the other side of the map. And that, therefore, means Hinako is not going to be surviving this match. You can see a crow go up. I need to try and melee her here. Because, well, I get the inclination that our friend Jake, yeah, Jake's gonna go ahead and drop to the floor. The issue is with Jake going ahead and plot twisting, he could relatively be anywhere. I don't want to let them leave. They've been annoying, so letting them escape would be the last of my wants right now. I'll go ahead and survey the edge, though. Won't matter, he's already up to his feet. Now we just have to wander around and see if I can find our good friend. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to find him, which is annoying. Lara is set here, so might as well just hook her. There's no reason not to at this point in the game. Now we are down to obviously just the hatches, wherever they may be. I will go over to Shack, see if it's there. No! Spawns right next to me instead. And unlucky for Jake, I see him. Not the ideal way that this played out for him, I imagine. Because he is gonna go for it. And, well, unfortunately for you, this isn't your time. There we go. Getting it done on William Afton for the final build today. Once again, ensuring the 4K with the Mori and showcasing the true strength of the chest build. It didn't get as much value this game, but still managed to get a lot of value in the other games. But we did see people's auras with the chests, so it was still worth it, wow, in my opinion. Either way, yeah. Once again, if you've made it to this part of the video, first I'd like to say thanks. As always, be sure to let me know what your favorite killer was today, and if you want, let me know who you'd like to see in a future video. Sorry for not uploading last week, stuff has been a bit hectic in my life, so I've finally got it back on board, so expect the regular uploads from here on out. Once again, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.